Yo, I thought I was only going to record 2 videos today, but I guess I'm going to record 3 because I just saw something a little bit crazy. It's a while from my last recording because, what's it called? I had to actually look into this. But, yeah, before I start anything, please like, subscribe, comment, subscribe especially, bro. I ain't got a sub in a minute. I'm getting views, but not subs. How that work, bro? But yeah, I'd really appreciate that. Now let's sit down, let's buckle our seatbelts, and let's talk about this. So to any of you who knows the show Impractical Jokers, you definitely know who Joe is. Joe Gatto is a comedian, one of the stars of the show, and one of people's favorites. He recently left the show. But that wasn't because of anything. That was just to do his own like stand-up career and whatnot, right? And that's just the way things go. But now I just saw something online that there's someone accusing him of SA, which this ain't TikTok, sexual assault, right? And it is apparently a big thing. Like, the first video she had has 7 million views, and I'm just gonna preface this. I'm speaking from an unbiased source because I couldn't say I really care to defend Joe Gatto's likeness, nor do I know this girl or whatever. So I'm just gonna be speaking it how I see it. And a lot of people like to do this whole thing where if you agree with the guy, you're fucking if you disagree with what the girl's saying, like you're saying it's a little fishy, you're just some misogynist dickhead who's this, that. I don't give a fuck, bro. I'm about to say it how I see it, and let's just get into it. So firstly, she posts this long video with a bunch of screenshots of her text. This is her supposed proof. Apparently over the past year, she's been texting celebrities, DMing people, and talking to them, like trying to get this story out there. But it to no avail. Then she posts a TikTok and it blows up, and this is her proof and everything. This is her proof that she went to Joe Gatto's, her story. She went to Joe Gatto's concert. Not concert. She met him at brunch, and he had a comedy show the same day. Now she goes, takes a picture with him, and then she DMs him later trying to get free tickets, right? She tries to get free tickets, but it doesn't really work out. And then she buys 2 tickets anyway, and he goes, "Oh, that's cool that you bought 2 tickets. I'll leave 2 meet and greet things at the box office in your name." Cool interaction. And then she goes there, meets him at the meet and greet thing, and then afterwards, when she's back at her house, she's drinking with friends, and she literally like texts him again, and she's like just texting him a couple things. He's like, "Yeah, cool, blah blah, it's that." And then they have that conversation, and then he turns the thing into vanish mode, like where texts disappear after like scene, right? And then he starts texting her like, "You should come to my apartment, or not apartment, you should come to my hotel," blah blah, giving her directions and everything, and lures her there. And then when she's there, he essays her, quote unquote, because these are still allegations. And I'll just show you that full video. Pause for any of the text things you want to see, or I'll just go into a recap afterwards anyway, so you could just skip to after that. But here's her video. Now to recap the text, basically, he's like, "Hey, hope you enjoyed the show." And she's like, "Yeah, I really did. Thanks for the tickets and whatnot." And he's like, "Yeah, you look good in the photo." And she's like, "You look better. You're the star." He's like, "Yeah, hope you have a great night." She's like, "Yeah, I'll have a great night. I'm just drinking with friends." And then that's where it ends. So I was a bit confused here, because this entire video, without the context of you saying that he has aged you, if you look at the entire video, it looks like you're just showing you're hanging out with Joe and that he was cool. I mean, there's absolutely like nothing in this entire video though. Like the texts are all cool. It's just him like, "Hey, hope you had a great time. Here's some free meet." If anything, it paints him in a good light. He took photos with you, then gave you free meet and greet passes. He kind of just looks like a good guy in this whole video, right? So I'm like, okay. Well, clearly in the caption it says this is part 1, so maybe she's just showing part of the stuff. This is the build up, and then she'll show the next bit. But then she posts a video of her just talking about some stuff, right? And here's that bit of her just talking to the people after the video blew up. This is her direct response.
I got sexually assaulted by Joe Gatto, the impractical joker. I'm so sorry I was at work and I didn't think that shit was gonna blow up. I've literally been posting about this shit for over a year. And I've been DMing celebrities, other people, like trying to get my story out there. And one goddamn little TikTok that follows this little trend about a celebrity, then it fucking blows up. And you guys don't believe me. Why do you think I was... Yeah, I got sexually assaulted by Joe Gatto, the impractical joker. I'm sorry if you don't want to believe it, but the people you idolize are not always going to be good. They're going to do shitty things, and they're going to take advantage of people because of that. Like, I'm not saying it was, I think some of it was my fault. I don't fucking know how this shit works, but I just posted the proof. And I have not told you guys half of it.
And yeah, kind of just seems like she's talking. Like, I don't know. She's just kind of like speaking. She's just saying, like, more so it's like she's degrading the people who are watching her video for not necessarily just jumping on and believing. But I feel as if in current 2025, as we've seen a lot of false allegations ruin a lot of people's life. So it is rightfully so. If there's no evidence, I'm not gonna just jump on it, you know what I mean? If there's no evidence, I'm not just about to, yo, Joe, what the fuck? Like, especially because Joe Gatto hasn't said anything. I'm gonna look at it like, whoa, what's going on? And the main thing comes that there is no evidence. I'm sorry, but you have not shown any evidence. Oh. Getting mad at people when the one video you posted shows no evidence is crazy. I feel as if you should just show your video with evidence, right? But no, she doesn't do that. She instead does this whole thing, making a mockery of the people here. And I'm going to the comments just to see what other people are thinking about this. And they brought something great to my attention that I didn't think about. Even though she was an adult at this time, by the way. She was over 18, I believe. Yeah, I think she's 19 or 20 or something. But she was contacted by him, I guess, which I haven't seen. Oh yeah, there is actually messages, right? But she was contacted by him to go to his hotel room at 2 a.m. and then it is sexual assault afterwards, right? My question is, right, just a normal question, what did you think you were going to be doing at his hotel room at 2 a.m. after he turned text into vanish mode and started messaging you in from your own words, a different light? What did you think you were going to be doing in his hotel room? Like, what did you think at 2 a.m.? You guys were gonna play some Uno? Not to be crazy, but like that's just a little thing. Anything could have happened, but still, what am I doing this two sides bullshit? I'm not gonna lie. I mean, there are two sides, but I don't know, bro. There's literally no evidence. I see no evidence, no nothing right now. In my personal, I think this is just a jump for fame. I think you just posted shit of you texting him, and I can actually, if I click on this main thing, bro, like I just don't believe. I don't believe it. I'm not gonna lie. You haven't showed any evidence. There's nothing going on. All the shit that you've shown was fine, and then you showed a photo later of her. I can't show you it, obviously. It's a photo of her ass, and on her ass there's a bruise, and she's like, "This is what he did to me with his teeth." What the fuck? Like, firstly, yet again, something that can completely not be like proven through a photo, but there is, like, you can get DNA evidence from bite marks and shit like that. So on the bite marks, could she not have like gone to the police? That's like some pure evidence, but whatever. And she just doesn't show any evidence. And then she does have another thing where she shows like, yeah, these images, quote, like it's the text of him saying that she's going to like telling her to come to his apartment, which, by the way, this is so much later than her initial post, so much later from her initial post than here it is.
This shit's so damn embarrassing, like.
The thing I don't like about that I seen right there is you were clearly able to screenshot everything else, and this just isn't a screenshot. Like, it's not a screenshot. You took someone else's phone and had them take a photo, which, I mean, it could be whatever else, but I think that this might be, this is a little bit of a, like, so you're telling me that someone else couldn't have just, I don't believe this. That's not even true evidence. And the fucking text don't even seem that crazy. It's just him saying go to my room. Whether you went there or not, we don't even have proof if you fucking went to the room. You know what I mean? Joe could just come out and talk about something like, she didn't even come to my room. Like, everything looks so innocent. The first big drop of evidence, and your big drop in general, it looks completely normal. And even in the other stuff that you showed, like, you made a whole 10-minute video. I'm not about to putting that whole 10-minute video back in here, but in that 10-minute video, she's talking, guys, she basically is just saying like a bunch of other shit, and then throws in the allegations and whatnot with no straight evidence about it. Like, she goes, my sister was a big fan of this, that, and she has like photos of her sister in the back. She's like, yeah, blah blah, and then he assaulted me. And then blah blah blah. And if you throw those things in, they look believable. People see images in the back, they assume things, but there's no evidence, right? So I'm not saying anything besides I think that you're fame hopping right now. You're trying to get fame off this, but I think you're trying to get fame off this. And hey, if you did actually get assaulted or whatever, I feel bad, but you're going the wrong way about it, and I just don't see it. Don't see it. Most people would just, I mean, I've seen a lot of people who had truthful allegations who had no evidence, and they just spoke. They spoke and they talked to people and they said their story. You are using texts that just show that you've spoken to him and went to a show. I just don't see it, and that's it. I was trying to play the two sides because, you know, my videos usually get to the wrong type of people, people who aren't that logical, but I am a logical person, so I'm gonna say it how I see it. Love you guys, like, subscribe, and peace.